Yo. We back, man. We back. Thank you for clicking on the video. Today's date is March the 16th. I'm going to be coming to you with my 3 for 3 top value plays, top under the radar plays, and my 3 all-in plays. It's kind of early today. Normally I wait a little later to do them, but I got to go to work today. I got to run some errands. I got to take care of a bunch of stuff. So this is kind of it's the raw footage, man. It's the early stages of the day. I'll be willing to bet my left arm that we get a bunch of players that sit tonight, and some more value plays will open up from what I wrote down. But the ones I wrote down are still, they're still in play. But I know as the day goes along, more news comes out. It could be more value somewhere else. But I just want to make sure we're doing our homework, stand up on our late news. We gotta get that, man. It's very important, a big part to having success in DFS. I tell you every video we gotta do that homework. But anyways, before I get into my top plays, my 3 for 3, I got to give you a recap of last night. And I didn't have a pretty night, man. At the end of the third quarter in that Charlotte game, I started working on my late lineups. I cashed in those, but my all-day main slates, it was ruined. I went all in on Kemba Walker, Marco Bellinelli, and Devin Booker. Devin Booker, he got me 26 points at 6-7. That's about 4x. So he really wasn't the killer in that. Marco Bellinelli, he went 6x for me. He got me 20 points at 3-6. That's a little bit under 6, but I just round up. Kemba Walker, this man. Everybody say, don't play Kemba on the road. Don't play Kemba on the road. Man. Like, some stats are there, and I just look at them, and I don't care because it doesn't apply. In any sport, most players are going to play better at home. So I know that. So I'm not scared of stats like that or, just random stuff like that. But today, Kemba was not ready to play on the road, man. He was not. And he just had this matchup, dude, and he went ham. But the only difference, he was at the cribbo. It happens. This man was 8-6 and got me 13 points, man. That's worse than CJ McCollum from the other day. But anyways, man, we live, we learn from it, we move on, we stick to the process. Don't let, when you have bad nights, don't let it get you down, man. Because it happens, man. Shit happens. You got to be able to digest that and move on. Don't let it mess up your process. Just keep grinding, man. It's a marathon, not a sprint. But anyways, I'm going to hop into these, my top plays. But like I said, make sure we are up on our news and our value all day, because I guarantee it switches, man. I know we're getting close to the end of the season. So you really have to know where a lot of these teams are, whether they're going for, whether they're trying to jockey for position to get a better seed in the playoffs, whether they're tanking, they want to look at their young players. Like Bledsoe is out for the season. So Ulis, for me, like I already know next time the Suns are playing, I'm going to look at Allen Williams and I'm going to look at Ulis, and I'm going to probably look at Ronnie Price, because I know that Bledsoe is out for the season. Ulis was the backup. Somebody has to back up the backup. And that's why I would say Price is like a under the radar or value play. But anyways, man, you have to know what these teams are doing. Look for safe situations. And yeah, man, let's get it. So first, I got Matt Barnes at 3-9 with KD being out. The man is in a good spot, dude. He's going to continue to see minutes. He's going to continue to see the minutes until KD returns. I think he's in a very good spot. And he's cheap, man. He's Matt Barnes, man. We roster him on Sacramento. We roster him everywhere. It's Matt Barnes. Next, I got Joe Ingles / Joe Johnson. Joe Ingles is 3.9. Joe Johnson is 3.8. Rodney Hood, I know he left. He left out of the last game they was playing. I think he hurt. He's always hurt, dealing with his knee. So Joe Ingles and Joe Johnson, man, in a Cleveland game, I think it should be a pretty close game. Should be competitive. And I think Cleveland will try to get these boys to run. So I think we can definitely look for some value right there at those cheap players. And I love Joe Johnson, dude. I had him last night. He was a real bright spot on my roster. You know, he's just smooth, dude. Like, it's smooth Joe Johnson. He's a veteran. He knows how to score the ball. He's always he's real safe to me. I love that man. Next, I got D. Will, man. Same game. He's going back to Utah. Maybe he's a little hot. You know what I'm saying? He's going to get his backup minutes regardless. I think he's in a good spot, 3.6. Cheap enough to where you can, you can throw him and have him, you can throw him in there and he can bring back massive value on that price tag, man. And then I wrote he was one of my extras, and then Isaiah Whitehead, I wrote him down just because Kilpatrick is hurt and Joe Harris is still out. I think they signed Archie Goodwin, but I don't know if he'll get in just yet. So I think Isaiah Whitehead at 3.9, I think he'll see extended minutes. He should be in a good situation. I really like him for some, just for some cheapies, man. This is where I like to start my base. I look for the cheap guys after I put in Westbrook, of course. But I look for the cheap guys to try to balance my lineup out. And I think all these people I just mentioned they're in really good spots. I'll try to get as many of them as I can. I really like all of them. But like I said, we're gonna get some news later on. So just pay attention to that. Make sure you're up on your news. I'm gonna move on to my under the radar. I got Norman Powell at 4.5, going up against OKC. I think he's in a good spot. Ever since Lowry has went out, Powell has been seeing a bigger role, man. I think DeRozan is kind of wearing down a little bit. I think he's getting a little tired, man, trying to carry the team. But I also think DeRozan has a really good game today. I really do. Going up against OKC, I like him a lot. But Powell he's been that other guy, man. He's been that helping hand. Can get to the basket, super aggressive, got a nice shot. I think he's in a good spot. He'll probably get overlooked too. I really like that OKC and Toronto game. It's one of my favorites that I've seen so far. I think people are going to be all over this Denver Clipper game or Golden State, Orlando. But I think this Toronto OKC stays really close, and I think they'll outscore what Vegas has for them. So I'm looking at a lot of pieces from that. Next, I got Courtney Lee at 5.2 going up against Brooklyn. I think he's in a good spot. I mean, we all know what New York is. It's a shit show. It's a shit show. But anyways, man, somebody has to score. They run the triangle offense, or something like that. But look, Courtney Lee, he's a baller, man. He's a hooper, dude. He can get buckets if he gets hot, just like D-Rose, just like Melo. Just like, I can't say too many more people. Porzingis, I don't know if Porzingis is out. He's still questionable. I doubt he'll play, though. I doubt he'll play today. So I think it's just going to be more shots to go around for the guards. So I like Courtney Lee. I think he's in a good spot, fast-paced game, going up against terrible defense and a team that likes to play fast. So I got Courtney Lee at 5.2. I got George Hill, man, going up against Cleveland. Kyrie defense doesn't scare me. George Hill is 6'3". That's his price tag, not his height. He's 6'3". I think he's in a decent spot, man. Like I said, I think this game will be competitive as well. It's gonna be a lot of I think it's going to be a lot of scoring, to be honest. Cleveland hasn't been defending. They haven't been defending the best. Utah likes to play slower, but Cleveland is going to pick up that pace. So Utah players, they're gaining a tick and an uptick in speed. So there's going to be more shots, more rebounds, more steals, all that good stuff. And George Hill at 6'3", man, he's constantly bringing back 30 points if he don't get hurt. And at that price tag, I'm willing to take a chance on him. I doubt anybody will be on him. Like, nobody picks George Hill. So I like him, man. I know yesterday's game, he almost got his tooth knocked out. The man's been going through some things, but I think he's trying to gear up for the playoffs. So I really like looking at team situations, man. See what teams are trying to do, and I think he's in a good spot. Last we got my all-in plays. These are the people, 100% of my lineups. Whether I'm on DraftKings or FanDuel, I'm going all in on them. You know, that's what the name says. I'm a fly or die by these niggas, man. So starting off, you know we don't fade Westbrook. I can never do that. He's at 13 racks. I think he's in a good spot, man. I just, like, Westbrook is going to have to show me that I can't roster him. But until then, I'm going to roster Westbrook almost every night. Toronto, he's going to be seeing Corey Joseph defense. Maybe they try to put DeRozan or Norman Powell on him. Who knows? But Westbrook is going to do Westbrook-like things. And I think he's in a good spot. So I really love him today. And then I got Trevor Booker. I know it's a little weird, but I'm going all in on him. I really like his price tag. He has a nice matchup history with the Knicks. And I think with Porzingis being out, I don't know, maybe Cal O'Quinn, maybe Lance Thomas. But whenever he gets in the game, he's gonna have an advantage because he'll be faster or bigger than whoever they put in. And he's a boss, man. He's a hustler. I think he looks forward to games like this. So I like him a lot tonight. That's number 2, all in. Last one. Oh, shit. Last one is going to be Terrence Ross, man. I got to get some of that OKC Orlando game. I think a player that's the cheapest, that's going to see the highest volume, is going to be Terrence Ross, man. He's a starter. He's been struggling. He really has. But I think anytime a team plays, you know, a better team, one of the best teams in the league, they get up, man. And Terrence Ross is a shooter. So he's not gonna let Clay and Curry come out and just let it fly, and he ain't gonna have nothing to say. So I like him tonight. It should be a fast-paced game. Golden State, they haven't been playing the greatest. I don't know if Orlando can keep it close. I think Vucevic is in a good spot now that I'm thinking about it. But I don't know if they'll be able to keep it close. But it's hard to try to predict a blowout. So I always keep that just away from me, because a lot of times you'll end up talking yourself out of points by trying to predict a blowout. So I leave that, you know, by the wayside. But I really like Terrence Ross. Like I said, he's in a good spot, fast-paced game. He's a shooter. I look for players that are his price is going down. I'm looking for players on the uptick in points and points. Dude, I'm getting sidetracked. But anyways, I like Terrence Ross, man. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I'm going to give you a review. Top value, Matt Barnes, Joe Ingles, Joe Johnson, D. Will, Isaiah Whitehead, Under the Radar, Norman Powell, Courtney Lee, George Hill, All In, Westbrook, Booker, and T. Ross, man. This is your boy at DFSMastermind _ over on Twitter. Thank you for watching the video. Feel free to hit me up if you got questions. Bless up. Let's get it, man. Cash out.